For the small businesses, making profit is the main priority. The library will be closed for staff training tomorrow morning. Assignments must be submitted at the end of the term. City planners recognize the need for accessible public transport options. The history of economics is a tricky subject to study. The amount of time spent on configuration varies considerably. Scientific experiments should be repeated to verify the results. Economic problems caused a big rise in unemployment. Archaeologists discovered tools and other artifacts near the ancient tomb. Safety glasses should be worn while doing experiments in the lab. This course considerably emphasizes critical thinking skills. This project is divided into 4 main sections. Many food crops require a large amount of water and fertilizer. Experts are now able to forecast weather over much longer periods. A typical part of the course involves the study of society. Philosophy uses logic and reasons to analyze human experience. We have a lecture in the morning on Thursday. The local government has adopted a plan for infrastructure development. Information technology has changed the way people study today. Science degrees are now offering different levels of specialization. Students are required to have an undergraduate degree in biology to be enrolled in this course. The university has invested in new technologies designed to support learning. There must be planets in the universe that can support life. This course is based on experimentation and practice. Agenda items should be submitted by the end of the day. All dissertations must be accompanied by a submission form. The history of the university is a long and interesting one. Recession triggers exciting creativity and high rates of public wisdom. Tutors should set clear goals at the start of the class. Music has the ability to shape our emotions. Please confirm that you have received the textbook. There are many different styles of business management. She began by giving an outline of the previous lecture. Find out how to get resources before your research. The teaching staff are actively engaged in the original research. Psychologists say that what we have experienced influences our behaviors. Field trips are an essential part of geography courses. Banks charge interest on the money they lend to customers. This book can be borrowed for a maximum of 1 week. You need to hand in an essay next semester. The digital camera has some advantages over traditional film. Academic libraries across the world are steadily incorporating social media. A laptop computer has been found in the biology lab. Having a strong motivation is important to achieve your goals. Speak to your tutor if you need further assistance. Career opportunities in this field are quite limited. Convincing evidence to support this theory is hard to obtain. Food containing ample calories provides little or no nutritional value. This course places considerable emphasis on critical thinking skills. Technology is no longer a simple tool that we can control. Physics is the key subject to understanding the world and the universe. Our courses help improve critical thinking and independent learning skills. These words recognize the excellence of the undergraduates' research projects. The ways in which people communicate are constantly changing. It is clear that the human population has an impact on the environment. We are phasing out disposable cups on campus. Practical experience is a vital part of legal training. The site is designed to be highly interactive. Biology involves the study of life at all levels. The aerial photographs were promptly registered for thorough evaluation. Advanced technology created growth in the economy. Your tutor will provide the guidance on how to structure the essays. We are more able to accommodate postgraduate students than previously possible. Social media is criticized for causing internet addiction. A good research assistant is not afraid to ask questions. There is a pharmacy on campus near the bookstore. The American astronomers made a plan for landing a spaceship on Mars. Read the student safety instructions before using any equipment in the workshops. Textile manufacturing plays a large role in improving economies. The internet has transformed the nature of publishing. This new camera can identify your eyes and focus on them. A good architectural structure should be useful, durable, and beautiful. New materials and techniques are changing the style of modern architecture. Statistical results should be expressed in different ways depending on the circumstances. As student union members, you can influence and change our university. You should submit your term papers to the general office. Students will focus on reporting news on changing the media world. Many students live in the hall of residence in term time. Consumer confidence tends to increase as the economy expands. Medical researchers have focused on causes of diseases and treatments. The island is located at the south end of the bay. Dealing with the growing population is a challenge for many governments. Social media is responsible for helping the government to solve social problems. Criminal charges will be brought against all of the men. Sound waves are unable to travel through vacuum. The museum is closed on the third Monday of every month. A bar chart provides a useful means of data comparison. Most known oil reserves will only last for half a century. The course covers architecture planning and construction on the international scale. British students must study mathematics at secondary schools. The digital revolution has changed the way we read. Please click on the logo above to enter the site. Understanding visual media has never been more challenging. Science Library is currently located on the ground of the library. This essay will argue that technology does more good than harm. The student shop sells a range of stationery. The new research has produced some unexpected results. Our professor is hosting the Business Development Conference. There are opportunities to receive grants in most artistic fields. Students should leave their bags on the table by the door. The two sides have disagreed on how to solve the problem. The goal of the government policy is to increase the investments. The English degree involves work placements in the third year. Students are encouraged to read new books recommended by Professor Jones. The deadline for the submission of this assignment is tomorrow. Native speakers are exempt from the language tests in their own language. Traffic is the main cause of air pollution in many cities. When sentencing, the court will decide whether the defendant regrets his actions. Please make sure your applications follow the guideline provided. Studying medicine allows for a wide range of career opportunities. Eating fish twice a week is recommended for a healthy diet. The new technician dropped the microscope in the biology lab. The garden behind the university is open to the public in summer. Let me give you an example to explain what I mean. I will come back to this in a moment. We help students to develop their individualities and follow their interests. If you need a parking ticket, see me after the lecture. The synopsis contains the most important information. A regional assembly was moved to the devolution of power. Americans have typically defined the process of plant growth in quantitative terms. Understanding how to use the library will save your time. Students are encouraged to monitor their own attendance. The plight of local wildlife has been ignored by developers. The railway makes long-distance travel possible for everyone. Students may only park their cars in authorized university parking spaces. The public is often misled by biased coverage. The curriculum should be adjusted to incorporate recent developments. Babies can distinguish between what is language and what is not. The quality of your statistical information depends on your raw data. Air pollution is a serious problem all over the world. Protective clothing must always be worn in the laboratory. Certain organisms can reproduce using just one parent. The terms illness and disease are confusing despite clear differences. Graphs and charts allow data to be more easily understood. The extent of advertising to children is very much open to debate. Business practices must obey contemporary general regulations. A number of students have volunteer jobs. There is no economic reason why public borrowing is necessarily bad. The researchers are disappointed that the results of the research have been proved to be inconclusive. This course aims to develop your knowledge of statistics. Academic journals are usually edited by subject specialists. Rising inflation may indicate an increase in the demand for consumer products. Please return the reference book to the correct position on the library shelf. The study of utilizing projects is funded by the university. Career mobility is very important for new graduates. Online courses allow students to work at their own pace. Please refer to the guidelines for more information on setting goals. Many universities are continuously expanding the postgraduate education online learning resources. Experts said reading and listening to music can reduce stress. University staff provide advice on renting and accommodation. Courses are assessed by group work and individual assignments. Making mistakes is fine as long as you learn from them. Muscle cells bring parts of the body closer together. You should provide examples to support your ideas and arguments. We hold visiting hours throughout the year for students. Employment figures will decrease in the next few years. Journalism faces the crisis in the light of the digital revolution. You will learn how to rationally assess your arguments. Children start producing words before they are able to walk. Extracurricular activities can help students develop more talents. Our laboratory equipment is provided free of charge. Although sustainable development is not easy, it is an unavoidable responsibility. This course can help to deepen your appreciation of art. New developments in technology are influencing current research. You need to put these books on the table over there. The University Theater Group will be performing in the concert hall. The student magazine is looking for a new editor. It is interesting to observe the development of the language skills of toddlers. All medical students must clean their hands before entering the room. The night sky has always involved mystery and wonder. Many universities provide exchange programs to other countries. The Earth's atmosphere is primarily composed of oxygen and nitrogen gases. Our aim is to transmit mathematics teaching in the classroom. Optional tutorials are offered in the final week of the term. The closing date of applications for travel scholarships is next Monday. Many important policies need to be made. Nutrition plays a key role in athletic performance. Some economists argue that the entire financial system is fatally flawed. Technologies have enormously transformed the lifestyle of the majority. Studying history can help you better understand the present. Scholarship applications must be handed in by the end of this month. Purity is one feature that makes gold expensive. Each department has their own style of guidelines for assignments. Continuing students will be sent necessary application forms. The use of mobile phones is not permitted in the library. Our company currently employs more than 10,000 people worldwide. Parents talk to children tends to be simplified. There are a variety of different ways to present statistical information. A surprisingly large number of students applied for that course. The visiting speaker used to be a lecturer in this department. This class will look at the structure of the essay. Scientists have founded all parts of society today. Coastal communities are vulnerable to the rising sea level. The faculty staff are very approachable, friendly, and extremely helpful. The history department is very active in research. Students requiring an extension should apply sooner rather than later. It is really a comprehensive program covering both theory and practice. We are researching the most significant challenges that are faced in our society today. This course provides the opportunity to get valuable industry experience. Students are encouraged to think carefully about their accommodation needs. The university provides excellent leisure facilities for students and staff. For the purpose of the research, data should be collected and analyzed. Public perception about biotechnology is crucial for developing scientific consensus. Key business partners are often intertwined in expense accounts. The summer course is canceled due to insufficient enrollment. The lecture tomorrow will discuss the educational policy of the United States. The key findings seem to contradict our initial hypothesis. He wrote poetry and plays as well as scientific papers. Consumer confidence has a direct influence on sales. It takes a long time to walk to university. Food that contains antibiotics provides little or no nutritional value. Lecture outlines are available on the college internal website. Every student has regular meetings with his or her personal tutor. Growing population has posed a challenge to many governments. Distance learning allows you to develop a career around your commitments. Accommodation on campus is limited, but there are more options nearby. Undergraduates have a wide range of cultural modules to choose from. The study of history can provide unique insights. The deadline for the marketing assignment has been extended. Undergraduates may pursue their specific interests within certificate programs. Classical mechanics is sometimes considered as a branch of applied mathematics. Packaging is very important to attract the attention of a buyer. Students will develop confidence in their ability to think critically. A group meeting will be held tomorrow in the library conference room. Economic development needs to be supported by the government. There is a clear need for further research in this field. Please note that the seminar has now been canceled. The celebrated theory is still the source of great controversy. The exam application system has been upgraded for professional exams. Globalization has been an overwhelming urbanization phenomenon. She has made a significant contribution to the field of chemistry. Our workshops are opening for all students on campus. The untapped potential of using Sunray is phenomenal. One student representative will be selected from each class. All of the assignments must be submitted in person to the faculty office. The urban geography degree includes the study of demography. Global connections thrived in academic communities, thanks to social media. The results of the study underscored the importance of early detection. There is clearly a need for further research in this field. It would be extremely beneficial to work together. Thousands of people turned out to be at the presidential address. The theater study course encourages students to exercise creativity. Imported default packages are likely to be used for most computers. An introduction is an essential element of presentation. Scholarships are available for both local and international students. Food has become a political issue in the world. They developed a unique approach to training their employees. Organizational failure is considered from various perspectives in academic literature. Peer review is an essential part of scientific methods. New media have transcended traditional national boundaries. The theme of the instrumental work exhibits more of a demure compositional style. All of your assignments are due by tomorrow. The academic strength of the early Roman Republic will be examined. The essay will be published once the research is finished. Those who are considering a career in marketing should attend the talk. Parents are financially responsible for their children right up until they reach adulthood. Undergraduate students can select what interests them the most in the science program. An essay should use evidence from both primary and secondary sources. Nurses can specialize in clinical work or management. It is an integrated course with several main elements. The designers will complete the plan later today. His analysis study appears to be based on the false premise. Overcrowding and poor sanitation affected the lives of the majority of the population. Many departments have their own special book collections. The lecture will take place in the main hall. Building trust is not something that can be achieved overnight. In his lifetime, he composed a large number of works. The other book isn't thorough, but it's more insightful. University fees are expected to increase next year. There is a welcome party for all new students each term. Collaboration between departments is a feature of successful companies. Art is an expression of creative skills and imagination. We can work together to achieve high educational standard. A wide range of courses cover different aspects in this subject. The ability to work with fellow students cannot be stressed enough. The assignments should be submitted to the department office before the deadlines. Despite their differences, all forms of life share certain characteristics. Many vocational courses at institutions are funded by private enterprises. Please check the information on the website for the opening time. All students have their own style of learning. Tomorrow's lecture has been canceled due to the power cut. The marketing budget has been doubled since the beginning of the year. In addition to class requirements, students must pass all the qualifying examinations. Many diseases that were once serious have now been eradicated. International exchange formed the important part of our study program. Make sure you choose a course that provides great career opportunities. Climate change is now an acceptable phenomenon among a group of reputable scientists. Many university lectures can now be viewed on the internet. The archaeologists were astonished by the previously overlooked foundations. The degree is taught by using a mixture of lectures and seminars. Most of the lectures begin punctually, so do not be late. Tutorials are scheduled in the final week of the term. The student union hosts a variety of social events. We can all meet at my office after the lecture. The stock market crash had repercussions throughout the world. Strangely, people are simultaneously impressed by and skeptical about statistics. Students must wear protective clothing that is provided in the medical laboratory. The article considers the leisure habits of teenagers in rural areas. Educational level is found to be related to social and economic background. All industries are a system of inputs, processes, outputs, and feedback. Our view is that educational reforms have been inadequately implemented. Certain scientific principles must be learned verbally or by logical deduction. The economic status of the early Roman Republic will be examined. The very basic definition of computing would be counting and calculating. The very basic feature of computing would be counting and calculating. Blue whales are the largest mammals that have ever lived. The essay is easy to write once the research is completed. Before you choose your university courses, you should consider your future career. Being bilingual does not necessarily mean having the ability to analyze the languages. A professor took 1 year off to work on her book. A good academic paper should present a clear argument. Studies showed there is a positive correlation between the two variables. An architect is required to have problem-solving skills and an eye for design. The department has a higher than normal proportion of postgraduate students. Listening is the key skill needed to succeed in this course. A mixture is defined as a compound of chemically separate parts. The bus for London will leave 10 minutes later than planned. The poster of this play is hung in the largest lecture theater. The speaker began by giving an outline of her presentation. Currently, the growth of the economy is unpredictable. Some students find that true or false questions are harder than short answers. Graduates from this course typically pursue careers in the financial sector. Student representatives will be visiting the classes with voting forms. Peer group pressure has a significant effect on young people. You are advised to use multiple research methods for this project. Default design packages are likely to be used for most computers. You must answer security questions when you reset your password. Each faculty has a dedicated specialized librarian available in the term examination. The timetable for the next term will be available next week. Students intending to go to the conference must register now. Population has a sharp rise in the recent 20 years. You must be able to work in a team. Some people believe that education should be free to everyone. Computers used to be larger than they are now. Our faculty includes 5 libraries across the university. It is important to plan your study time carefully. Gravity is the force that attracts 2 bodies toward one another. The news will not be received until the following week. Muscles bring parts of the body close together. Too much information may have been avoided by the group research design. Formal conclusions could be established through rigorous experiments. Reading histories involves a level of careful selection. The biology department is respected in research activities. The university's main library will be open till midnight next Saturday. The reception staff can give advice on renting private accommodation. Students are permitted to park at campus parking spaces. The Industrial Revolution in Europe was driven by steam technology. The horizontal line on the graph indicates that there was no change in the period. We can see the stars that were formed 13 billion years ago. More research is required in the field of food science. Implementation figures are expected to be improved in the next few years. The academic tradition of the school ensures excellence. The library will stay open until midnight this week. The coffee machine located on the 3rd floor is not working today. Make sure you've saved all files before turning off the computer. Scientists recognize different ice types according to the water molecule content. Even simple techniques need to be practiced to become better. Slides and handouts can be downloaded after lectures. The government is funding a research study on the consequences of unemployment. Critical thinking is an essential component of a broad education. Art and design is a competitive field to work in. The skills of a great stage actor cannot be taught. Providers of higher education treat plagiarism extremely seriously. Urban planning emphasizes efficiency and expansion of communities. Every living thing begins as a single cell. The course will start with the history of architecture. The falling birth rate means the number of students dropped. The research shows that spending time outdoors has a range of benefits. The university library holds a number of collections of geological maps. Our company must have independent financial auditing. Libraries in many areas were closed due to the lack of funding. We are continuing to provide postgraduate online learning resources. Agricultural development plays a vital role in rural areas. Urbanization provides the expenses of other communities. The university will cease the colossal renovation of the faint empty theater. Businesses must adapt to the General Data Protection Regulations. Sugar is a solid carbohydrate which is always used to sweeten food. Writing history needs a careful selection process of historical sources. Gold is a metal that appears naturally and in a pure state. Medical books and journals have been moved to the 2nd floor. The study is among the initial projects funded by the university. Mental health professionals are talking about the topic of vulnerability. Some studies show the link between depression and social media. Extension requirement for the assignment must be submitted before the deadline. Please return your reference books to the library shelves. The deadline for this assignment is next Wednesday. We help individuals to develop and follow their interests. The jobs tomorrow will require higher skill levels. The university library has a collection of early geography maps. We hold visiting tours throughout the year for undergraduate students. Your tutor will show you how to prepare the essay. The aim of the course is to encourage students to develop their creativity. His proposal had gained further support by the local community. Social policy is a study of social respondents for the government. The new biology course will be starting in February. All answers must be thoroughly researched and supported by relevant theories. Auditions for the university choir will be held next week. Check the website if you are looking for discounted textbooks. Farming methods across the world have greatly developed recently. Football is played throughout all years at the university. Mathematics provides a foundation for understanding and analyzing data. Medical students normally study at least 6 years in the university. Our aim is to reduce the risks that people take. Renovation works are currently being undertaken throughout the whole building. Take the first step by applying for a university scholarships now. The academic department needs to be supported by the government. The department works closely with business communities. The economy is now showing the first sign of recovery. The office hours will change next term. The science we used featured both explanations of the problems. The Secretary of State is presently considering the proposal. The study showed the Hong Kong people are the most active in Asia. The study of the economy is a tricky subject to research. There is probably life in the other planets in the universe. Undoubtedly, this theory has a number of limitations. Unemployment rate has fallen to its lowest level in years. Universities need to secure the grants for research subjects. Water filters on campus will discourage the unnecessary use of plastic bottles. We are looking for new ways to engage learners. We can't consider any increase in our price at this stage. When attending a job interview, punctuality is the key. You can find a lot more information on the university website. You can use your laptops in the lecture.